Hi everyone, this is Peter McPhail with United Country Lifestyle Properties of Maine. Welcome to our off-grid series. If this is your first video, feel free to click on the playlist on our YouTube channel and you can watch the other videos in the series. So we appreciate you joining me today. And we've had some interesting weather. I mean, we have had extreme cold temps, we've had snow, we've had high winds. In today's episode, I am going to show you what we have to deal with from time to time with the high winds. So appreciate you joining me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode and from the comfort of your home, because some of the scenes you're going to see today wasn't real comfortable for me. So we are at the end of the month of February and my road is pretty much clear ice, but if you've watched our previous videos, the one where Rick and I put the tire chains on, if you can hear a rumbling noise, that's the tire chains just biting into the ice. But you can see, I got some snowmobilers coming, but you can see we're also starting to, we had a 60-degree day yesterday, so it's, we melted a lot of the ice. We're gonna have patches of dirt coming through, and then in a couple of weeks, we're gonna have mud season. So if you're not familiar with mud season, if I were to pull off on the edge, like right in here, you know, you could sink 2 feet out of sight easily. But we also had a windstorm come through last night, so I'm hoping I'm gonna be able to drive all the way into the camp without having to cut some trees out of the way. I've passed a bunch of limbs in the road on the way in, but so far no trees that I've had to deal with. The last 3/4 of a mile stretch will be more of the road's a lot tighter going in through there, so I might have some issues, but we'll see what we can find. And this is a nice patch of dirt here that'll turn to mud pretty soon, and it's really, you know, when the sun's hitting it, it's melting good, but you know, we've gained a good hour or so, if not longer, of daylight. You know, the end of November, it was getting dark. Right around 4 o'clock, and now here it is almost 5 o'clock, and the sun hasn't quite set yet. Plus we gain light in the morning as well. But this sections of this road, man, if you knew how to ice skate, you could strap on some ice skates and skate around in here. But I'm coming up to, I actually, the cabin is inside a subdivision of 40-acre lots. And it's an association, and I know a lot of people don't like associations. My brother Phil and I own a couple of properties in associations. They have their advantages and disadvantages. It wouldn't deter me from buying the property, you know, depending on what I want to use it for. Recreation. We do have a tree down in the road here, so we'll deal with that. And what I was going to say about the association, there's a gate that is required to be kept locked, and the tree happens to be down right in front of the gate. So let's get this taken care of, out of the way. Let's go take a look, see what it is. Yeah, so this looks like a fir tree, top of a fir tree. So I've got about 12 feet of top here to get rid of, but the wind was blowing so hard last night. It's this tree right here. That's about a 40-foot tall tree, and the top 12 feet blew right off it last night. So I'm going to try to get this out of the road. And I think I left my chainsaw at camp, so I'll have to do this the old-fashioned way. So the old-fashioned way was just picking the tree up and dragging it off to the side of the road. Now, this is the subdivision gate. I have to keep it locked per the rules of the association, which I don't have a problem with. But with this extreme cold temps, we have these locks will freeze. So my key won't even go into the lock at this point. So let's see if we can thaw this lock out. Get the torch going. Usually it doesn't take much, but it's a cold day today, so Let's give that a shot. Sorry guys, juggling the camera here. All right, so we got the tree out of the road, the frozen lock thawed out, gate is open. And coming right after the gate, I've got a brook here that crosses the road. And everything melted so much yesterday that the brook's flowing really well. I'll stop and get you a shot of that so you can see how much water's coming through there. But we've got to lock the gate up and then we'll take a look at the brook. So yesterday, depending on where you were in the state of Maine, it was anywhere from 60 to 70 degrees, and today it's 20-ish, low 20s. Oh yeah, the brook's flowing really good. It's flowing really nice right now. But I'm gonna say that brook's about 3 feet. The water level's 3 feet higher than what it normally would be. We had an early melt, but everything's gonna freeze. We still got the month of March to go, and we'll have plenty of snow in March, I'm sure, and some more cold temps, but days are getting longer. We're heading in the right direction anyway. So as the temps are warming up, what will happen is all the snow melt will run into the road, and it'll turn these roads into a little stream, and then at nighttime they freeze up again. Oh yeah, look, another tree down in the road. That's a nice one. Yeah, that wind was strong last night. So this blowdown tree across the road was a little more of a chore that I was hoping for. But I've taken this little saw right there, and I've taken the limbs off the tree. And I've got one section cut. And that little saw is amazing though. Without a chainsaw, that will get you by in a pinch. So let's finish up the job. You know guys, my grandfather used to work in the woods back when they used horses, and they did not have gas-powered saws. So my grandfather would love to see this today if he was still around. So getting a good arm workout with this small saw on a fairly decent size. There we go. And it's down. Whew. 15 minutes later with that little handsaw, I've got this road cleared here. So, man, I'm hoping this is the last one. I'm actually ready for supper, so let's hope this is the last one. Well, we're getting closer to the cabin, and I don't see any blowdowns in sight. Some birch trees decided to lean over the road, but didn't come all the way down. I'll deal with those later. Got some water into the road here, froze over though. All right. We're looking like we're in good shape. So we're at the driveway now. Let's hope the tree didn't come down across the cabin, but we've cut most of those down. That would be a problem. I see my solar panels are still up despite all the high winds. Oh yeah, we're looking good, guys. We're looking good. I've got to get a fire going. It's going to get down to 0 tonight, so we'll get the fire going. So we're in good shape. So we had a windstorm yesterday that blew down the trees that you saw in the previous clips that I had to clear out of the road. And now we're getting 6 to 10 inches of snow. Wind, it's about 9 degrees, 8 to 9 degrees. The wind's blowing. Visibility is not that great here trying to plow. I'm doing about 10 miles an hour, and my windshield keeps icing over. But at 10 miles an hour, any faster than that, then the snow tends to blow right up over the hood of the pickup truck and give me a complete whiteout. So I had to run into my Bangor office I left the cabin at 5 this morning, Had to run into the Bangor office for a meeting at 6:30 and work down there today, and then just trying to get back to camp here during the snowstorm. It's a nice one. So we've got about a week left in the month of February, and I'm hoping this is the last storm. I've looked at the long-range weather forecast, and this appears to be our last storm, which I hope, because I'm actually heading to Florida for a real estate conference for a week, and hopefully while I'm gone we won't have any storms that I'll have to worry about trying to get back in here after I return from that trip. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But worst case scenario, I'll have to jump on the snowmobile and snowmobile in. We'll see how it goes. So I had to stop and unlock the gate. If you've seen some of the previous videos, you know that I'm in a subdivision behind a locked 40-acre lot subdivision behind a locked gate. It's just the association rules. But the snow, luckily for me, this snow is a really light snow, fluffy light snow, so easy to move. The wet stuff is what we don't like, and gave me a chance to clean my windshield off to de-ice it a little bit when I stopped to open the gate. So about a mile from camp, get there and get the wood stove fired up. All right, so that's what I can see right now. Not much. That's what happens when it's 9 below zero. So on today's windy episode and poor weather episode, let's kind of recap. I want to give you some tips in case I didn't cover everything in the video. Always make sure that you have a chainsaw with you and you've had it serviced so you know what's going to run. You have your fuel and your oil. But as a backup to that, which was on today's episode, make sure you have a high quality forestry saw, a manual saw, in case you either, one, forget your chainsaw like I did, or you can't get the chainsaw to start. Have yourself some rope, some chain. An axe would be a great addition to have in your pickup truck, in your toolbox. And then also a torch. I have the torch. If you've got any sort of locks that you have to get through in this cold weather, a torch could come in real handy. And heck, if you break down and you got to start yourself a little fire to stay warm, the torch would come in handy there as well. So this has been Peter McPhail with United Country Lifestyle Properties of Maine. We appreciate you watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and look forward to seeing you on the next episode, which with all this cold weather, guys, I am actually going to be in Florida on the next episode, and we're going to test out the gateway. I'm going to log in remotely, and we'll see how that baby works to check on my solar system here, make sure everything's working fine. So hope everybody stays safe, doing well. See you soon.